how do you find out what the highest attraction is? The way I found out is I had to go experience all the other attractions. And there's so many different attractions. I didn't know how many there were, but life prescribes you these classes. I see it all as classes. They're like courses, real courses, not the kind of courses you go to the website and you see, you know, whoa, it's $199 for this course, and then but $99 today if you get it. Do people really buy that? I don't know. Can't understand. I mean, that's like red flag right away, you know, this whole marketing propaganda. When it's put on too thick, I mean, I share my link, my book link. I say, look, I have some books. I have one on senior attention, one on true health. That's it. Not like this is book is gonna like save your life, like oh my God type book. Okay, so the different attractions. Physical attraction. Well, I really like how she looks, and she likes how I look, and yeah, and so we're in it for the physical attraction. Then there's like financial. Yeah, you guys know about that one. The girl's attracted because she like wants me. She sees me as like some kind of, you know, provider, some ATM machine. I can buy her stuff. Maybe she doesn't have much stuff. She don't want to get a job or anything. So then she sees I'm flashing my hundreds. I'm peeling them back. She's like, oh, I like you. Then you got emotional attraction. They're carrying some weight, some trauma, depression, bipolar, whatever, some kind of mental, emotional disorder. Then maybe they see you and they feel you're kind of stable. They like that. When they're around you, they have less symptoms, less mental health ill symptoms, so they want to be around you. The problem is they end up sucking you, like they just, you know, and then you get mad at them and they leave, you leave, and then they feel worse, and man, this life can be hard sometimes. And then you have more of a mental intellectual attraction. I had that with this woman. She knew a lot about the medical side of medicine. I know a lot about the holistic side, but she was super open. She wasn't like programmed with what she learned, like this is the only way, you know. She was very open to the holistic side, and I liked hearing what she had to say too about the medical side. And we used to really, I miss those conversations. Those are some good conversations. So you have some mental affinity, mental parity. Then you can say there's sexual attraction. It just fits. Somehow you fit right, you know? You fulfill each other's fantasies or expectations and role playing and stuff without having to like speak about it. You just somehow pick it up subliminally, tuning, you know? You just pick it up and then you fulfill that. And then they're like, wow, that was the best sex I ever had. I never knew what they meant when they used to say that. They're like, wow, that was such good sex. And I'm thinking like, what do you mean good? Like, what do you mean? Good sex, what? What, this other girl was bad sex? How is that bad sex and this is good sex? Did she not move around as much? Or did she, like, what do you mean? And then later I realized that it was a synergy. The problem is, though, the synergy was mostly around just their own little dark fantasies they had. It's not like a spiritual synergy for them, usually. So you have those, you have, maybe, yeah, maybe they want to have a baby, family. They see you as, you know, safe, secure, you got a good job, you like kids, or maybe they can turn you into wanting to have a family. Yeah, that never worked good for me. You got to be able to read man, all this happens automatically at some point, but I'm just saying, it really helps when the more you know yourself, the more you know the other person. You have to be able to read the woman's subconscious mind and character. You can't listen always to what she says. This has happened more than once where she was 30 and no, I don't want kids, you know, because I always declare that up front. I'm like, I'm not, it's not my destiny to have kids and have a family. Like I have my own work cut out for me. Like I'm super engaged. Like my life is already too full. I couldn't have kids. I don't want to have kids. No, I don't either, man. I don't either, she'd say. Okay. But this is the women's biology comes into play after a while. It usually does after some time. And especially if you're synergizing and the love's getting stronger, all of a sudden it kicks in that biological instinct, and all of a sudden then they want a kid or family, and then it can get in trouble. But for drama between you guys. But the last time that happened, no, I really didn't know that. I didn't know that. I was too stuck. I was too there has to be some space inside to be able to read somebody's subconscious mind. If you're too stuck into your own projections, in your own euphoria of wow, this girl's great, this is so much fun, you're not going to want to look at that because it can mess things up. But later it turned out she wanted to have a kid, and then it didn't, if she wants to have a kid and you don't, it's going to end, period. She's not going to turn off her instinct to be with you. It doesn't matter what kind of gains you got, she's sinking to it. So, and it's usually messy. You have to be able to read and be willing to read the woman's subconscious mind and see what is okay to do and what's not. If you can tell that she wants something that you can't give her, it's better not to. Look, you can be friends. You keep it platonic, is what I'm saying, in those situations. Don't set them up. Once you indulge in sexual behavior and stuff, man, all that stuff's going to come up. And it's going to be messy. So you have to know what she wants, what she really wants, the stuff that usually she won't tell you. You have to know for your own good to save yourself a lot of trouble. All right, I got off a little bit, but we're talking about attraction stuff. Okay, so the highest I found, you can call it a spiritual attraction, meaning if both beings are, that you can't help this. This comes through maturity and through being done with this world and everything it has to offer, because you realize it doesn't really have anything to offer that's substantial, that lasts, that has any everlasting satisfaction. Everything all out here, it doesn't matter, the material, the relationships, it all ends at some point, or it gets boring, or you change your mind, or something. So those beings that have already realized that, they like to talk about spiritual subjects. They like to contemplate on the divine mysteries of life and what the hell are we doing here? And who are we beyond this little human physical form? What? And then you talk about that stuff, and it's fun and it's energizing, and that never gets boring. And you can do that with a guy or a girl. It just doesn't get boring. When that's predominantly what you're attracted to in each other, that's going to save you a lot of toxicity and drama. Because there's no need for drama or toxicity. You're contemplating on the highest subject in life. Why would there be drama? Drama comes from all this other nonsense of wanting to get your needs and wants met and your projections met, and why didn't you sacrifice for me if you love me? All that stuff. That's where the drama comes from. It doesn't come from contemplating on your true nature, essence. And when you're together contemplating on your true essence, it goes back to somewhere in the Bible, I think it said, when two or more gather in my name, there I am. Yeah, God helps you or gives you spiritual downloads when this is the benefit of a satsang or an authentic group or something, or a church if you can find one, where everybody's there, or a retreat, for the singleness of purpose of wanting to realize their divine nature. When that's their singleness of purpose, downloads can come, because it's just the way it works. So, where are you at with that? Are you at the stage where that's the most important thing for you or to you? If it's not, it's okay. This isn't, I can say over and over again, you can't force this. I had to go through a stage where I wanted to know what it felt like when a girl just wanted me for sex. My ego got a hit from that. I'm like, well, yeah, that's cool. And then I realized later, wait a minute, she's using me the same way. What's the difference? If she's using me for money or using me for sex, it's the same thing. They're using me, and it's boring. I've never been the type. Some guys, because girls schooled me on this. Some guys, they get a hit from paying the girl a lot of money. They like that. Makes them feel good. Like somehow. I guess it's some sense of control or something. I don't know, but not really, because I had a girlfriend. She used to hang out at the Hamptons and pull these guys. And the one guy took her to wanted to take her to Las Vegas. She said, "Only if my friend comes. I want you to bring my friend too." And he's like, "All right." So then he paid for her and her friend. And I said, "Why would he do that? Why do you pay for your friend? It's like enough just paying for you, isn't it? Doesn't he feel like he's just being used and to the extreme?" She's like, "No, he wants that though, because then he has 2 girls by him." I was like, "Oh, right. Whatever it takes to get a girl by you, Jesus." She didn't even sleep with him. That should have been a red flag, actually, when she was telling me that story, shouldn't it? But she's transcended that to a degree. That was, when I met her, it was like 6 years after that incident. But they were she made him get his own room, and then he wanted her to come in at night and sleep with him, and she's like, "No, I don't, I want to go to bed." So I don't remember how we got started talking about that. But when you're attracted to, when it's a spiritual component, a spiritual magnetism that you're attracted to, look how freeing it is. Number one, you don't give a shit how they look. You're not thinking no more about that. Oh no, maybe, who cares? Who cares? You're on a much higher level mission, purpose. You don't care how they look. She don't care how much money you have. Money has nothing to do with connecting with the divine. You don't care about this. You don't care about that. All these superfluous things that most people, that's what defines if they're going to be in a relationship or not, unfortunately. So this is spiritual, period. Now, yeah, I know, good luck finding that. Yeah, who cares? We're not, that's another subject. I'm focused, just know what the truth is, period. You just know what the truth is, and that's all you got to do. Whether or not that truth is going to manifest in your life or not, or if who cares? That's another subject. Okay, let's say it don't. So what are you going to do? You're going to compromise and go backwards and be in these silly transactional relationships? What? Not if you've really been saw through it. You can't. And number 2, you'll be satisfied being alone because you have a connection with the divine already. And you find that that's much less drama than having a connection with a human being on this surface level. But, and this is what I was trying to get to before, I had to have all these other relationships and taste them. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying about the sex. I had to taste that and see how it was unsatisfying. And also the intellectual parity. Even though that was great, you can only do it so much. If we can't go to the next level and really take things on the deep level, then we're a little limited what we can do. That's fine. Just let it be a little limited then. I'm just saying, everything gets boring except when you both are contemplating the divine and getting the downloads from doing so and sharing the downloads with each other. It just doesn't get boring, man. I don't know. There's so many people now that watch the videos. I don't know how you interpret this. So I don't know. It depends on your level of consciousness how you interpret it. Most, it's like I'm talking Greek, but a lot of you understand it to some degree. See, in the spiritual relationship, you're not getting bled of your energy. Your energy's not getting drained. You're giving each other energy. This is the big part of it. The big reason that makes it so special. You don't leave drained, you leave invigorated. You're like, damn, that was nice. And there's no tag-alongs. There's no because you're not playing. There's no games. You're not playing any games. Not like trying to win her, get her in bed, and all that stuff. Like you've left that stage. If you're still in that stage, then do it. Be conscious when you're doing it, and see, like, is this really fun? The more conscious you are of doing it, the quicker you can finish that grade. It's like if high school's 4 years, but you're really conscious and diligent about your classes, maybe you only need to spend a couple years. You skip the other 2. So it's the same thing with evolution. You be conscious and pay attention and have self-honesty, and then you can transcend those things. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the other thing. And see, I did this, but what to do, man? Like, you can't help it. I used to say, I'm like, yeah, this relationship is all about spiritual. It's a spiritual relationship. I'm spiritually attracted to you. Like, our relationship's spiritual. Can we do a little tantra too? Because like that's spiritual, you know. That would be in there still. That would still be in there. I'd still have that that lust and sexual impulse to do that, and that would end up corrupting the relationship. I remember a girl told me, like, you sure talk about tantra a lot. I'm like, I don't know, it's fun, isn't it? Something. But you know, this is what it was. I became free. You know, when I really became free of wanting the desire to have sex with a girl was the last time I had sex with a girl. It was real tantra, basically. She didn't orgasm, I didn't orgasm, and we just circulated that energy between each other, and it was great. It was nice. So it's like, okay, if I can't do that level again, which is rare, what's the point in doing it? You know? But it's not like, oh, I want to do it, but I can't. Oh man, I'm like starving. I'm like this, like you quit smoking or something. You're nicking for the cigarette and you can't get one because you're in jail. It's not like that. You've transcended it. It's fine. If God wants to play like that again and have some higher level sex, so be it. If not, so be it. Like, it doesn't matter. This is the stage you want to get to. You're not fighting lust. You want to organically transcend it. You can't fight this. It doesn't work. You get stressed. It's no good. I found, generally speaking though, and I have this relationship with the girl, like 25 years. We talk at least once a week. Sometimes we have a deep, nice 2-hour, satsang type conversation. Our relationships have been platonic. I found, generally speaking, when the relationship's platonic, it's a lot smoother and easier and purer. Unless you're both really at the point where you've transcended your trauma and your fear of abandonment and all these things that come up after sex. If you've really transcended that and you want to have sex, okay. But you have to know your partner. If you're a girl, you have to know your male partner. Is like, how are they at that level? It doesn't matter, and vice versa. It doesn't matter what somebody says. It doesn't matter if she says, we can have sex, no strings attached. No, you have to know if there's going to be strings attached. There's strings that she's not aware of that will be attached. And same with the guy. That's why the more mature you are and higher consciousness you are, the safer. You don't set yourself up for traps. Because, like, you don't want the drama anymore, man. Drama sucks. It's just silly. It's stupid. Like, you don't want to do that anymore. I remember I was with this Colombian girl, and her husband, ex-husband, and he found out I was with her, and now he's coming to get me. He wanted, and I told her, I said, man, I can't be, I don't know, like, this is, I'm like, at the time, what was I, 45 or something? I'm like, I'm out of that now. I'm not gonna, like, fight over a girl or something. Just tell him, like, chill out, man. I mean, if he wants to throw it down, no. So, all right, I think you got something from that. I'll see you guys soon.